The NBA media, experts, and some fans may not understand Kawhi Leonard, but the NBA legends do. In Canada, people know the Kawhi-inator to be a fun guy.
Enjoy this moment and have fun with it.
Like you already know, I said I'm a fun guy.
But this fun guy has done lots of great things. He's a two-time NBA champion, two-time Finals MVP, and one of the most respected two-way players to ever step on an NBA court. Kawhi Leonard is not one for words, and when he's in his bag, he don't need to. Still, some critics can't hear all that above the load management criticisms or the Clippers' 2020 collapse. But let's be real, those are takes from people who don't actually play the game. So what do legends like Jordan, Kobe, Jerry West, Shaq, and more have to say about the Claw? Here are the NBA legends on Kawhi Leonard.
You know, if he can win this championship, it'll put him right up there with LeBron and KD. I think that Kawhi is doing it on both ends, man.
Putting Kawhi Leonard up there with the likes of LeBron James and KD might sound like a hot take to random NBA fans, but NBA legends like Magic Johnson know all about the Claw. And the truth is, even if he doesn't win a third ring, his resume still stands out. A two-time NBA champion, six-time All-Star, and a six-time member of the All-NBA team, which includes 3 first-team selections, the Claw has done what only few players can ever do. But here's a fun fact. He's been able to do all this while playing about 700 games. To put that in perspective, LeBron has played over 1,500 regular season games, and that's already more than double the amount of games the Kawhi-inator has played. So, if you're wondering how much greater his resume would have been if he played more games, you're not alone.
What I'm saying, like, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm thinking he's top 75.
He's top 75.
He's top 75. What if you gave him 500 games?
Right. Special.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe with more games, he'd be in the GOAT debate, assuming he can maintain his efficiency during those extra games. But even besides the few games he's played, his quiet demeanor is partly why people tend to overlook him. But that's just among the fans. Among actual players, his quietness only amplifies his reputation as one of the NBA's most feared players. Opponents know that Kawhi's silence isn't shyness, it's focus. It's the calm before the storm. He won't announce what's coming, but when the buzzer sounds, you'll realize you've been torched by the only Terminator that doubles as a fun guy. But from one fun guy to another, Shaquille O'Neal is another legend who knows just how good Kawhi is. In fact, Shaq wasn't sure that Chuck knew how to spell when he refused to include the Claw in his top 50 players.
I love Kawhi Leonard, but you can't rank him if he's not playing.
Is he a great player or not?
He was,
No.
but he ain't played.
Played 68 games last year.
And the best ability is availability.
Spell it.
You see, y'all almost made me curse you out there, man.
Yeah, maybe availability is the best ability, but to say that and have Joel Embiid on your list is a bit off to say the least. Anyways, the Kawhi-inator continues to dominate regardless, with a game built on pure fundamentals. Sharp footwork, high basketball IQ, and moving at his own pace. Shaq describes Kawhi's game as a mix of old school and new school mentality.
Listen, he plays the right way. I like this game that when he doesn't get a call go his way, he never makes a face, he never complains, he just plays. And, you know, he's not a guy that's very flamboyant, he's not gonna do a lot of things. He got an old school, new school game. Like he'll just 1-2 dribbles, not really fast, just 1-2 dribbles, get to a spot and play. And he's probably top 3.
Top 3 with only 700 plus games is wild, but that's just how effective the Claw is. But his decision making on and off the court are some of the wildest by any NBA player. Let's rewind to the summer of 2019. The whole basketball world was waiting on one man, Kawhi Leonard. He had just led the Raptors to their first championship, was fresh off a Finals MVP, and had the league in the palm of his hand. Everyone thought they knew what was coming. Kawhi would either stay in Toronto or join LeBron and AD to create a Lakers super team. But then, boom! Kawhi hit us with one of the most shocking plot twists in NBA history. He was going to the Clippers. Now, while this was a bit shocking, the truth is, Kawhi is such a private person that no one really knows what he's thinking. But then again, the truth is Kawhi's decision-making off the court is quite similar to his decision-making on the court. For instance, on the court, Kawhi plays at his own pace and picks his spots according to what favors him the most. Listen to Kobe explain it.
You know, with the spots that he operates from, are the exact same spots where I like to operate from. You know, the elbow, the mid-post, you know, the 1-2 bump, turn left shoulder, fade, turn right shoulder, fade. I mean, I love watching those guys play.
That's right. Kawhi makes decisions based on what works for him, not what seems popular or correct to the public. Being a very private person, the Lakers' celebrity lifestyle and media was probably a turnoff. And also, he doesn't seem to like playing for big teams with big stars. From Spurs to the Raptors, Kawhi likes to be a part of a team that's being built. He likes to be the one to elevate the team, and just like Kobe, he doesn't mind playing with an injury if that's what it takes. Now, although this might not explain why Kawhi does the things he does, it shows that Kawhi not only plays at his own pace, but he also makes decisions that allow him to elevate those around him. This is one of the reasons why he gets compared to many great players, and even when the comparison seems off, his greatness remains undeniable.
I see just an amazing player, a better version of Pippen. I don't see Jordan. You know, Jordan had shake, right, left, fade away. He has so much charisma.
Oh, yeah.
Fashion. Jordan was just, I don't see that in Kawhi.
You see a grinder.
I see a grinder, efficiency, you know, a Hall of Famer, you know, all that stuff.
Yes, he's not flashy, he's not loud, but when he's on the court, he's pure domination. And Paul Pierce was right on the money when he said this about the Claw.
I mean, he's already up there with the all-time greats based on this last year's performance. I mean, he has nowhere but up to go. I mean, he's still young, he's still in his prime, and Kawhi is already, in my eyes, a top, probably like 30 player all time.
But what separates Kawhi, though, isn't just his offense. It's the way he locks you up on defense and then takes you apart on the other end of the court. His two-way dominance is something you rarely see, and that's why, although many people might rank him lowly, the fact is Kawhi is clearly the best two-way player in the league. And Kevin Garnett was happy to explain with an unusual example.
Paul George like the security guard. He just gonna get you to stop over here. He gonna stop you. He ain't got no handcuffs. He just gonna get you to chill out. Hey, get off the skateboard. Get out of here. He got the flashlight. Hey. He ain't gonna. Kawhi. LAPD, get your ass to the grill. Get out of the grill. Get out of the grill. Kawhi, SWAT. Get out. I said get out.
Not like he used to.
Man, get Lord,
San
stop.
Antonio Kawhi was.
Influence, all of us. If we were younger, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm saying right now, you see, man, he ain't terminating for nothing.
How true. And we've seen it time and time again. Whether it was his breakout performance in San Antonio, his historic title run in Toronto, or his clutch moments with the Clippers, Kawhi has this unmatched ability to elevate his game when the stakes are highest. He's calm, calculated, and absolutely lethal when it matters most. Kawhi doesn't just play the game, he takes it over. He'll outthink you, outwork you, and before you even realize what's happening, he's already put the game out of reach. That's why his greatness goes beyond stats or highlights. But then again, this is why Clippers fans were so disappointed that even with Paul George and Kawhi, they couldn't seem to make things happen. As remarkable as Kawhi Leonard's legacy is, the injuries are just unavoidable. The load management issues are real, and Jerry West, RIP, couldn't help clear his mind on the issue.
We've had 2 chances here with the Clippers, 2 chances. And for whatever reason, the big guy in the sky didn't want us to get there.
Right.
Injuries. I've never seen anything like this in my life. In my whole life, 2 players the caliber of you and Kawhi can't play half the season. I mean, it's crazy.
It really is crazy, because the Raptors team Kawhi won a championship with is not compared to the Clippers with him and PG. Still, when it comes to NBA legacy, people don't really give Kawhi Leonard his flowers. You hear things like, he's always out for the most part of the season, and his game is not exciting to watch. You even hear things like, he doesn't do anything interesting during the regular season. Well, hopefully Reggie Miller put that to bed when he said this.
I will say this about Kawhi.
that's the casual fan saying those comments, which you just said, hey, I can't remember that game by Kawhi Leonard. You ask any real baller, college or especially professional, about Kawhi Leonard, and they will tell you that he is the truth at both ends of the floor.
Is he the best player in basketball?
He's not the best player in basketball, but he's the best two-way player in basketball.
Okay.
He's not the best player in basketball, but he's the best two-way player.
Okay.
Gets it done at both ends of the floor.
The media can say whatever they want about Kawhi Leonard, but you just heard the legends compare him to legends. He might say little things during press conferences, but during the game, Kawhi says a lot. He's the playoff assassin who delivers when it matters most. But can he still deliver with the Clippers? Will he get a third ring before retirement? Or is it time for him to retire like Perkins said? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. But with all the legends have said about the Claw, would you believe that Charles Barkley didn't include him in his top 50 best players in the league? How can you not have a two-time NBA Finals MVP with 2 rings in your 50 best NBA players list? Well, click the video on your screen to see why.